Hi guys, and welcome back to day 12 of Mr. Raphael's Sketching and Drawing Challenge. Today's challenge is going to be a 2-point perspective flashlight or torch. Give us a bit of an opportunity to try some cylinders in 2-point perspective. So we'll just jump straight into that challenge. Right guys, so 2-point perspective. I'm presuming you know how to do a 2-point perspective crate. That's what we're starting off with. So just going to put my horizon line, 2 vanishing points. What I'm going to end up drawing or creating out to begin with is a sort of larger crate for the front end of the flashlight, and then a smaller crate coming off of that for the handle of the flashlight. So that's what I'm going to crate up to begin with. I'm going to start off with the crate for the front bit, and I'm going to do the crate for the back bit. So I'm going to start off with the crate for the front bit, the torch, quite large. If I can put a bit of detail into this. Something like that. Project that back to my right hand vanishing point. Make it around about that wide, I think. This point here will go up to my right hand vanishing point. And this point will go to my left hand vanishing point. I'm going to put in the sort of wireframe for this crate. And this will go up to my right hand vanishing point. It's going to be useful for me to work out the centre of this part of my crate, because the crate for my handle is going to come off of there. So to find the centre, as usual, I'm going to do an X corner to corner. Straight up through the middle, and then I want to come through my left hand vanishing point and go right through the middle of that X. As we find the centre, I'm going to draw another square on this side, a bit smaller. So the lines there should help me out. It's going to come across to that point. That's going to come down to here. So you'll end up having quite a lot of lines. It's important to keep your head in the sort of drawn space, I suppose, just so you can work out what all these lines are doing. But essentially I've got a cuboid here. And on this side of the cuboid I've sketched a slightly smaller square. And then I'm just going to project these corners back to my right hand vanishing point. So that's going to come out like so. That's going to come out. I'm going to have a line coming, I'll have it go out to about this point. Come down. I'm just going to put in the wireframe for this back piece. So essentially we've got a sort of a long, thin cuboid going into a shorter, wider cuboid. Now I want to turn this into cylinders. So I'm going to have a sort of handle area here, maybe a bit that you can screw off and access the batteries. So I'm going to give myself another surface here. So this is going to form another surface within the handle. There we go. So I'm going to start off, I think I'll start off with the cylinder shape at the front, because that's the largest and we can see what we're doing there. And then it's the same technique for creating the rest of it into a cylinder. So finding the centre of this first piece that's going to form the flashlight part, where the light actually comes out. So sketched on my diamond shape on the front of that surface. I want to draw a circle into there now, or a 2-point perspective circle. It's obviously going to be more of an ellipse type shape. I'm experimenting with this kind of quick sketchy version. We could, if you remember doing 2-point perspective cylinders before, measure up these diagonal lines, find the 3/4 way, put a little mark on there. I'm experimenting with a different sort of technique where I'm putting a flat line on my horizontal and the ends of my horizontal and vertical lines, and then more or less just aiming for the 3/4 mark as I come around. So coming around like so. Aiming for the 3/4 mark on the diagonal lines. So feel free to measure out those diagonal lines, or if you'd rather just try and sketch it in as I have done, give that a go too. I'm going to do the same again on this back piece. There's certain lines that I'll not see, so I'll not see any of these back bits, but I'm going to go for this bit. Come around, hitting the 3/4 mark. It's actually going to get lost a bit behind. So I'm going to do the same down here as well. So I'm going to draw an X. Find the centres. Come from the left hand vantage point through that X. Same again here. Do my little flat lines on the ends of my horizontal and vertical lines. Sketching that circle. That handle's going to come down and meet this point here. Quite right around that end. I'm just trying to tidy that up a little bit. Okay, I've got a lot of extra lines on here, so I'm just going to tidy that up a little bit. Hopefully we can begin to see the sort of torch shape come out a bit. So in the front here, I would see the sort of flat bit where there was a thickness to this sort of material for the shroud, I think they call it, the bit that goes over the bulb. So that's the sort of flat bit in there. And then normally what happens is that this bit goes in a little bit, and then there's a piece of plastic that acts as the lens. So I'm just going to show a sort of thickness come down here. I'm just trying to match the angle of the curve, and then as it curls around it's going to disappear behind this piece. So that's me got the sort of flat bit and my piece of glass now. And actually what I really just want to do is maybe show a bit of texture perhaps on this. So maybe just going to show this as perhaps where you could screw off the shroud to access the bulb or the batteries. So I'm just going to sort of show that by showing some lines. And as they come down, they're going to get a bit closer together. It's also going to act as a bit of shading. Just put my bold line in there, make this stand out a little bit better. So while I'm at it, I'm going to put my bold line on. So the bold line would come around like so. And there's something interesting that would happen around this lens. So this would not be a bold line, but as it comes around and gets to this point here, it would become a bold line. And then it would not be a bold line. So it's just be a bold line around this bit. And I'm just going to add a bit of diagonal shading to this. Suggest that it's sort of reflective. And then as I come down the handle of the torch, I want to maybe make this a bit more as if it's got a bit more material or a bit more texture to it. Maybe the same sort of texture as the front of the torch, the shroud of the torch. And then I'm going to have a joint here. And this is possibly a bit more shiny. Make it a bit more reflective so there would be a bit more white to this. And I'm actually just going to sketch a button on. Maybe a bit that I could slide down into it. Add a bit more sheen to the bottom of this. Sheen around here. I think I'm going to leave it at that. I could obviously spend a fair bit more time adding some shadows and detail to this, but I'm trying to cut down on the amount of time that these take. These should be kind of quick, sketchy type drawings. Allows you to explore a few different ideas quite quickly. So good luck with that, everybody. It's a 2-point perspective torch that I'm looking for. So it's a long cylinder with a wider cylinder added onto it. Good luck with that, everybody. Remember to start off with your creating out and doing your diagonals to find the centres. Try that sketching technique. If you're struggling with the circle technique, remember you can always go back and look at one of the earlier videos on 2-point perspective cylinders. But do give it a go, guys. It's a really good technique to know how to do. Good luck, everybody. Cheerio. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.